Hello, cyclocross friends, and welcome to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. We're here at Ruts N Guts, the final UCI C1 cyclocross race on the U.S. calendar. We are at the start, and here we go. Let's do our track walk. Coming out, nice wide start area. This is sort of your shakeout section. We're going to call it Shakeout Street. Grateful Dead, they got their Shakedown Street. This is Shakeout Street. We're going to, in all of our UCI courses, this is one of the best. This is a flat course. Does not mean that it's a boring course, but it's a flat course. I turned on my Strava when I was doing the track walk yesterday. I think I came out with about 53 feet of elevation change. So not a lot of big climbs in here, but that doesn't mean that there aren't challenging features. As we make our way through all these turns, you may have noticed that we already passed pit 1 while I was rambling on here a second ago. So pit 1 happens right after the start. That's really good because as you know, about 80% of mechanical problems happen in the start and people need a bike right away. So you're able to do that. Coming up to our first big feature here, this is your sand. Uphill sand section. This is a beast. This is going to be fun to watch while the elite racers are out there, but it's not over yet. You make this U-turn, pick your line because you're screaming down through the sand again at speed. As you can see, it's not always easy to get through there. Trees. Look at the trees. Trees in the course. That's one of the features here at Broken Arrow and Ruts N Guts, and I love it. It's sort of like a little a Zolder effect in there. None of them are in dangerous positions, but you definitely have to, it's another thing to take into consideration when you're choosing your lines, which side around the tree you're going to go. Up on this little paved area, and we're going to get a couple more twists and turns back towards the water. There's this creek that runs through the middle of the park, and that is really where all of your fun features are based around, and you know, including this pond, this lake here. And this is what is one of these sections right here is very wet and very muddy with some steep off cambers as we make it around these turns up and around. A lot of the pros were out here yesterday figuring out the best lines to come around. I think they're going to tape off that part to the left, but it'd be pretty cool if they just left it open because, you know, you might get knocked into the water. All right, over this little bridge, again, more trees to make your way around, making your left turn, and we're kind of transitioning towards the flyover, so we're sort of looping back around towards where we just came from. We went underneath the flyover to get to that creek side area, and then we're gonna go over it to get to the back side of the course. So again, big long transitions here. We're coming up to pit 2, so you'll call about this about halfway through. Really nice big UCI regulation pit. You know, a lot of places we don't have the area to get that full pit in there. They do here at Ruts N Guts, so kudos to them. That's a sweet looking pit area. And here we come to our flyover. You can see the flags are blowing. We could have a lot of wind out here. It's definitely wide open, so that could be a factor when we get to racing on the weekend. All right, as we pass over this road and up on the road, we were going the other direction a second ago. Now we're coming up to the left. This is kind of the secret zone of the course. This is the part where you won't, if you're a spectator, you can see about 80% of the track from that front side where that flyover is, where the sand is. This is the other 20% that everybody just kind of disappears. You know, there's nothing really too technical back here, just a lot of grass, a lot of turns, but it could be where the race is made and we don't even see it. This might be where the moves happen. Back into the trees again. We're gonna have another little tree right in the middle of the track there as we make our way to our next features. So feature heavy on the front half, but that doesn't mean we don't have anything on the back half of the track. And one of the big ones that we're coming up to are our planks. And you have to look at the approach, another tree in there, the approach to these planks. Look at it. This is this hard. Look at those left line, right line. What do you do here? We see both being tried out. As we come around, more trees in the track, you make this tight right turn and boom, you're right to the planks, up and over. That's, if you nail that section, it's somewhere where you can pick up a couple seconds, but it's going to be a really, really tough feature to get through on the backside of this Ruts N Guts track. Okay, back into more of this grass, more of the wide turns. We're making our way towards our next feature on course, and this is going to be your final one. It's a fun one. It's 3 log steps that have been placed right near the finish as we keep looping around these final turns. This is not flat here. I mean, it's not an elevation change, but a lot of divots, lots of ruts, if you will, you know, giving it its the name of the race. And here's this little ravine that you're going to have to hop over right here. and that is right before you set up for the triple logs. Rideable? Yeah, definitely rideable, but you know, it may be smarter just to get off and dismount, but this is going to be a critical space at the end of races, because if you're able to ride that smooth, you may be able to make a move right here at the end of our lap as we start heading for home. Another little ravine right there to make your way through. If you look over to the right hand side, you can see that starting spot. That's actually the prologue, so the start will come all the way down this stretch. This is our finishing stretch now, and we are finishing up one full lap. Ruts and Guts. Everybody tune into Cyclocross Television. We will have recaps of the C1 races up later this week. Thanks for tuning in.